Pod-A-Holics. What is happening, Pod-A-Holics? Happy Thanksgiving or happy post-Thanksgiving for those of you in the States tuning in. Appreciate you, as always, everybody here listening in. We're episode 30.
Can't
30
episode
episodes
30,
in.
bro. I swear it was like the other day we were just saying, oh, can't believe we're at 20 episodes now. Now it's like,
Yeah, we're like 20 episodes. No, but now we're episode 30 on the road to the Joe
on the
Rogan
road
status.
again. Trying to.
But
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
that would be amazing, bro. That would be
That'd be
amazing.
pretty.
But
That'd
episode
be really
30,
epic.
my goal, my milestone would be episode 100. That would be fantastic. To sit here and get to see your beautiful face for
It's always
100
a
episodes.
pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Hey,
Never a chore, my friend.
all I know is I'll say it on this podcast just because whatever. A cousin of mine hits me up. She goes, "Who is that?" So you want to become a family member for real? For real? You want to become a
Bro,
bro for real? For real?
man, we're not going down that path.
Oh man, just come on down to Indianapolis, Mr.
Yeah,
Corey. Come on, you
yeah,
got fans.
I was gonna say, come join that whole family down there, the whole
C- c-
army that,
come
I
join the family that was here yesterday.
yeah, you had like 100
I had a
people
lot of
there.
people just walking in at my house here. It was great, bro. We had honestly, we probably had about $2,000 worth of food here. People took home, which honestly I should have controlled it a little bit more because we have leftovers, but we
You don't
have
have
maybe
shit for
leftovers for
leftovers.
like we have like 2 days worth of leftovers, maybe three. But I should have a week worth of leftovers. I should have been a little bit more aware of what was happening, but it's all right, whatever. But there's a family brought in. It wasn't just me that brought food. Like I didn't buy $2,000 worth of food. It's like
No,
in
it'd be like,
combination of everybody that was doing. There was three big turkeys. There was two whole chickens. There was like a fat ham. There was like three dishes of macaroni, two dishes of sweet potato, three dishes of sweet potato stuff. Like three, and what I mean by dishes, I'm not talking like a little fucking piece of shit bowl.
no, you're talking
I'm
about like
talking
a
like a
platter
fucking thing.
size
The platter,
shit.
yeah, platter's a better word. So we definitely had a lot of stuff. Um, yeah, so it was. I mean, and plenty of other things that potato salad, mashed potatoes, casseroles, stuffings, rice. I mean, you name it. Green beans, potato, tomato. But
Yeah, I chose.
anyways,
I had.
no, you needed to be
Fantastic.
here. You needed to be here. We should have invited you. We fucked up. We me and Sierra were talking about. We were like, honestly, we should have got Corey down here. You should have came down, man. We should
I
have
would have
fucking
flown my ass down there, got my happy ass on a flight and gone there, even though I'm terrified of flying. But
bro.
regardless,
We fucked up. We
but
should we should have game planned it a little bit more.
yeah, but there's always the Easter. So,
There's
but now
always
kind of,
more things,
there's always an event, there's always a holiday, there's always something coming up.
especially
But
in this one.
today we are talking about December. Now, as we all know, working in a gym and working in businesses and things like that, a lot of the times this is gets to be a really crazy season for a lot of people in their lives, especially if they're working for companies and stuff. They're doing their
Hmm.
year's ends, they're doing their holiday sales, all these types of things, which makes up a crazy work schedule and crazy time where it gets to a point of overwhelm. And that's where with all these people that are out there, like they got all these things going on, and then adding, let's say, a program, jumping into a course, doing something for themselves, or spending money on something that they don't know if they'll truly be successful with due to time, availability, or just times before that it didn't work for them. This is where a lot of those inside of the health and fitness industry specifically, they tend to take their foot off the gas heading in December because they're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's going to be a slow month, just like they do in the summer. Oh, it's going to be slow. People are going on holidays. That still doesn't matter.
Yep.
So that doesn't mean that just because it's going to be harder or it's going to be more difficult that you should be easing up on what you're doing and be in the mindset, well, if everyone else is doing it, I should do it too.
I should do it too.
Like why though? Like why do we feel that we should do that? Like that is going to be the moment when I feel like everyone is taking their foot off the gas. I feel we need to be pressing down on it more because, especially during the holiday season, is when people need help and guidance the absolute most. Because then they go through the holidays, they feel like absolute trash, and then they say, I need to do all this into the New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
And then they get in over their heads, overwhelmed again, and then
Well, here's the thing.
rinse, wash, repeat.
Here's the thing. So for example, I don't know if you know who Casey Joe or Vetus is, but she's big in the fitness space, and she does a lot of. Some of our coaches take her mindset coaching course.
Okay.
But she posted a post that I thought was very simple, right, but it's still very much along the lines of like how people should think. Like for example, my family, some of them work out, some of them don't. Today I'm gonna go watch a little soccer after this, and everyone's gonna I'm gonna try to go to the gym later today, and somebody's gonna ask me to drink. I might have a beer, but I'm not gonna have a whole lot, and somebody's gonna ask me why, and I'm gonna say, well, later it's because I want to go to the gym. And then somebody's gonna be like, come on, man, it's Black Friday, it's after Thanksgiving, why the fuck do I have to justify if I want to go to the gym or not today? And that's the thing, is that a lot of people let off the gas because they're not ready to have uncomfortable conversations, like telling a family member to say, like, I don't have to justify myself to you. It's hard to approach somebody and say, I don't have to justify why I want to go to the gym post Thanksgiving. I don't have to justify why on Thanksgiving Day I want to go to the gym in the morning. I don't have to justify why. For example, like if you had seen my stories yesterday, I don't have to justify to any fucking trainer why I want to pig out on Thanksgiving, right? Because all the other time of the year, I eat healthy. Same thing, opposite. No one has to justify. You don't have to justify on Thanksgiving Day why you don't want to have 3 plates either. So the thing is, it's like a lot of people fall into this thing where they don't want to have those hard, like, hey, can you get off my ass? Like, can you, if I want to do this, can you just get off my ass? And then when it comes to like succeeding through the holidays, a lot of people are like, can you just chill? Can you just chill? It's the holidays. Can you just chill? You don't have to justify why you want to work.
Mm.
You don't have to tell anybody. So, but it's harder to put yourself in that conversation and have to be that oddball, because people do stop talking to you. If you were to go to a family event or any friend event and everybody's there chilling from Wednesday night till Monday morning, and you're the only one that's like, hey guys, I can't make it till 7 o'clock because I have some work to do. For example, I'm not going to see they invited me to get there at 12:31. I was like, hey, I'm not gonna get there till 4. I got some work to do. Thankfully, the cousin, the person I'm talking to is my cousin's husband, and he understands. He understands. So he's not like, dude, blah blah. Why aren't you? And I didn't, he also said, I want to know how much pizza to get. And I said, don't worry about me, man. I'm stuffed. I'm cool, but I'll come hang out. He didn't say, are you serious? I like talking to him because he doesn't make you feel bad. But the majority of the people aren't like that. So therefore, we fall into this kind of like comfort space where it's like, if everyone else is doing it, I'm going to do it too, when sometimes it's not even right. And that's where people mess up during the holidays, is that Chad, for example, NLCA, he posted something. I liked the video because it's a holiday, it's not a holiday week. Right? So and that's a good, just a quick little like thing to say, is like, it isn't a holiday week, it's just a holiday. Like, we can continue on today, post yesterday, and get some work done, right?
Hmm.
um Sammy, yesterday I call him, bro. Sammy at like 12 o'clock on a sales call yesterday on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But again, but like these are gonna be the things like where
That
it's
propel you
it's
forward, that
yeah, and
sets you
it's gonna be
apart
the thing
100%.
that we need to also look at this and have that integrity within ourselves that we are going to be understanding that we have a job to do. You
Yeah.
have things that you need to actually do. And I understand, you know what, there might be more events going on. There might be friends or family that are wanting to give you pressures into spending more time. But again, you need to also understand that you need to draw boundaries within yourself. So
Yep.
not just boundaries in your personal life with friends, family, things like that, but also boundaries for yourself. Because you know what, even there is gonna be a lot of temptation where it's like, yeah, I guess I could do this later and do it in the morning after this. But then what happens if you go out and now you have too much and then you wake up, you feel like shit, and then you don't do it? And don't tell me that that doesn't happen, because it happens all the time.
all the
So
time.
when we start looking at this, we need to start making the right decisions. Just like if we are trying to accomplish any type of goal in our life, we have to make the appropriate steps and draw those boundaries and understand, yeah, you know what? There are some things that you might have to sacrifice, push off a little bit, and do what you need to do to be successful heading into the holiday season. And that goes for whether you have personal goals, whether you have goals in your business. That's just going to be what it has to boil down to, is going to be what's going to be more important for you, because the habits and the things that you do here today are going to set you up for success in the future. So you taking December off and you taking time to relax, dial back, whatever it is, because everyone else is doing it. Well, now heading into 2023, you're going to be wondering why everything's off to such a slow start. It's
Yeah.
not working the way you want it to. Well, because then you really got to look at, did you do the things prior to get yourself the footing that you needed to do? So in that way you can now excel heading into 2023,
Yeah.
opposed to always starting behind the eight ball every single year. Because what, New Year's Eve, Christmas, maybe Christmas Eve, and Thanksgiving for people in the US. That's 4 days literally out of six, like 5 or 6 weeks,
Yep.
maybe seven. So how does that affect, like, how does that affect anything? It doesn't.
Yep.
Because you need to start looking at, this is going to be the things that I need to do. So that way you have the integrity in yourself to be the person that you want to be. So that way you can be successful. So look at it this way. What did you do last year? Like, if you were really looking at what did you do last year, for me, I went through a full blown rebuild after my accident, then
Yeah.
finally getting back into the gym, starting my business, and getting ahead of myself, because I didn't want to keep on going down those same paths I did every year prior to that.
Same.
Same thing for how many others, again, on their fitness goals or starting their
Yep.
businesses. Are you doing the things now to set yourself up for success, or the
Yep.
things that you're
I love
doing
to
now holding you back?
I love to piggyback off that. Um, this is a time where a lot of people sit here and like I'm thankful. Yesterday was very special to me because some family members they were like, um, Kevin, when we got your message that you were gonna host Thanksgiving, we were surprised. And I had to justify it a little bit. I said I had not invited you guys to my house for Thanksgiving before because I didn't have a big enough house. Now I have a big enough house to where all you motherfuckers can chill in here and we're living it up. And they found justification in that because it's true. I would have two cousins over, Corey, and we would have like a taco night on like a Thursday, and it would look like we had a full blown Thanksgiving. I just didn't have space. Right? Before that, we lived in a smaller apartment in Bloomington, Indiana, an hour and some change away from my family. They weren't going to come down there on a normal basis. That's especially on Thanksgiving Day. No, people got like other things to do on Thanksgiving, right? Anyways, bringing it back, I got everyone in my house. I got everyone in my fucking house, the whole family. I could sit here and say I'm so grateful and sit here and ponder on fucking affirmations and be like, man, I love my family. I'm so blessed, blah, 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 blah. But you know what I did start thinking about? It wasn't that I got such a cool family. It wasn't that I'm lucky. It's the fact that they're here because I decided to last year only do holidays, not holiweeks.
Mm,
It's because now I'm able to afford the fucking big house. Now I'm able
mm,
to sit here and invite everybody and not just sit here. And that's another thing that people struggle with on holidays and how to succeed is that they're just thankful. That's all it is. They're just thankful. They're affirming I have a cool family. I'm able to sit in a nice home, but they don't remember that it's the actions behind those affirmations that you need to continue to speak on, right? Yes, I'm deserving.
well,
Yes,
and
this is cool and all the things. But now today, it's like, why was I deserving? Why do I have a big house? It's because I show up. We're on a podcast today. Who the fuck's on a podcast today on Black Friday? Not very many people. Us though, we are. So those actions are what are leading people through that are going to lead people through the holidays to have that success. It's that the affirmations are cool. Now you know who you are. And now take action behind why you know who you are. And I think
Yeah,
that's
and
where
like
people
and you
fail
know
a
what, and
lot.
like positive affirmations and positive thinking, goal setting, and saying the right things. Like yes, from a mindset standpoint, when you are in that space and you are pushing yourself forward, yes, 100%. But here's the realistic thing: I could sit here all day long being like, I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be successful. I'm gonna be successful. But if I just sit here and say I'm gonna be successful, that doesn't mean shit. Okay, like
Yeah.
yes, you need to have a positive mindset. You need to set goals. You need to look at it from a positive point of view where you are going to be successful. But here's the thing: you can't control shit. So here's the other part. We understand that in the holidays, people are backing off. They're not wanting to invest in themselves, maybe get started on something
Yeah.
because of all these self-limiting beliefs that they have built up over the course of X, Y, and Z. You can't control that. That's fine. You can't control what other people do. That's not what you're supposed to do. What you're supposed to do is control the things you can control. Okay, so you know what? People aren't, maybe they're penny pinching right now for all these different reasons going on in the world right now. Does that mean because they're penny pinching, then you shouldn't even be posting, going, making content, trying to help people and find those that are actually committed? No, because then if you back off of that, then that's never going to happen. So
Right.
the thing is, you can have all these things, but what's going to be the fucking point if you're not actually taking the
If
steps?
you're not, yeah.
So this is why when you're actually looking at this, okay, you can't control this, but I can control me showing up. I can control us being on this podcast and us
Yeah.
talking about this today. I can control the fact that I woke up and I put up a reel already this morning. Well, I had a call with a new member that just joined my community, as well as also doing 2 calls with OMG coaches, helping them with their marketing. I could have stayed in bed all day. I also have a really big fucking migraine. But here's the thing: that doesn't mean that I need to take the pedal off just because summer was a slow. Yo, summer and ELC was the biggest months, and then heading into well, the winter and October, and now we're going New Year's like this, or sorry, into the holidays, and this all times when people are slow and all. Well, no, it's not, because now every ELC is grown every month, and that's because we're consistently showing up, we're consistently delivering to our clients, we're consistently showing up and giving value on social media, we're consistently doing the things that we can control, setting the habits and the actions that we can take today that are going to set us up for the future. Because when all those others are now taking the pedal off, stepping back, I'm doing more and I'm coming with my A game right now because I have intention with what I'm trying to do. And that's trying to help people through the holidays and get them to the point where they can now actually see success going into 2023, not just starting behind the 8 ball because we took the pedal off. And now I know for a fact it's going to blow up in January because we have so much of this stuff that we're doing now with
So much is
intention
brewing.
that's going to now move forward. But again, you're the one who's in control of the actions you take to set you up for the success or the regression that you're going to experience here in the future. So
Yeah.
when you really ask yourself, is maybe going out and cutting my day early to maybe do some things tomorrow not the right step? Because now those things you didn't get done that day, what happens if your day piles up? What happens if you ate something wrong, you got food poisoning all day and you can't work all day long? What happens for me if now a chinook happens like it is now? I got a migraine, but yet I'm just going to stay in my room all day? No, because if I do that, then things stop.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if you remain stagnant, even if you're stagnant for a month and you just maintain, here's the thing: the life's always flowing, it's always going. So if you're remaining stagnant, that's getting left behind.
Hmm.
You got to be fluid with this in life, in your businesses, in your growth of becoming the best version of yourself. And you need to be taking these steps where maybe every time you've thought, oh, the holidays is for a time off, and every year you've looked back and said, I wish the year has been better than this. I got a lot of what ifs this year. Like, can you honestly look back year 2022 and say that this was the absolute best year and you did everything in your power to make sure that you advanced this year? Because if you can't say that, then you need to look back at what were you doing last time
I can
that
I
set
can
you up
say
for
that.
this.
I can say that
And
for
that's going to
real,
be the
for real.
thing. So if you're not happy with how
Hmm.
2022 looked, maybe look at the things that you were doing prior to that. And if you're not happy with how this has now transpired over the course of a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10
Yeah.
years, 15 years, if you're not happy with how this
Yeah.
is done, then maybe look at what you've been doing in December heading into the new year. And maybe that's the time to make the change where instead of taking a step back and coasting, this is the time where you really dial it in and you really step on the
Yeah.
gas. So that way, when you hit 2023, you hit that bitch in stride when everyone else is still sitting on their ass tying their shoes.
No, 100%, Corey. I can say that 2022 was the year for me.
It was my biggest year.
My biggest year.
And I
A
went
hundred
from
and
being in
now
a
and
hole where I didn't know how I was going to get myself out of it to where now I'm so excited to see what happens because
bro, 2023, bro,
this time next year,
2023,
I don't know what's going to be. It's going to be
bro,
crazy.
bro, it's gonna be crazy. And the thing is, I'm not even like, for me, some people may look at it like 2022 is cool, or this year was cool. Next year I can chill. I don't know if people are like that. Maybe they are.
I
I've
rather know
never.
my 2023 is going to be dope other than saying I hope 2023 will be better
No,
than
no, that's what I'm saying.
2022.
So like, it's not even like I want. It's kind of like a buddy of mine sent me a video, was like, changing your wording from want to will is so powerful, because want doesn't mean a fucking thing, but will, like, for example, Corey, if you said to me, I want to retire my dad. Okay, cool. A lot of people want to retire. But if you came to me and you said, Kevin, I'm gonna retire my dad. I will retire my dad next year. Those are much more powerful. Those those four letters, and that four letter word is huge. And for me, some people look at like the years, it's kind of like, next year I can kind of chill because this year was cool. I've never really met somebody like that, but I've heard of, these horror stories. These are horror stories, by the way. To me, you should never let off the gas. But nonetheless, dude, if 2023 is anything, you never know, God willing, right? If anything is similar in 2023 as it was in 2022 at a higher level, oh my God. And the thing is, I'm not ready to stop. you know I'm not ready to stop at all. I got a taste of the fact that, we do have something good going. I got taste of the fact last night with my family that they enjoyed having me as a host, that they enjoyed coming over here. So that means my personality as well as like my career, they're both good. Like, I'm not an asshole, but I'm also able to execute on other things while still being a personable family friend man. You know what I mean? So all the things are really good. But why is that? Why is it? Again, go back on the thing that I just said. I'm not just sitting here affirming affirmations are great, I'm cool, blah blah. But like, why am I cool? Why am
Mhm.
I cool?
And I
It's
think,
because I take care of my family. I work hard with you. I work hard with everybody else. It's all the things that are
yeah,
actions that
and
we're
I
doing.
think this the biggest takeaway we can really take for this is going to be for anyone out here really listening to this. And this kind of just came to me as we've been talking about this, but you know what? Like, I pray. I'm thankful for all the things that have gone really well. I'm thankful for all the hardships that I have had to go through to learn the lessons to get me to this point. I pray and I say thank you for the lessons that he's given me and all the things that he's gifted me. So I am grateful for the past and what it's provided me. I'm not worried about tomorrow because every day has its own set of worries. So I don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow's yet to be seen. And I
Mhm.
focus on taking actions and controlling what I can today to make sure that I am best prepared and best set up for tomorrow when I do have those new objections or those new structures I'm going to need to now overcome. So
Mhm.
every what's going on tomorrow, I don't worry about, and I'm how I've been able to be provided to get here. And I take focus today and I take action on what I can control today. So then that way I can do the best thing I can do to set myself up for then the future being that much easier to now get over the worries of that day. And I think that's the thing that I would like to leave with everyone here. I don't think we need to go
No, I
dive into
think
all this. I
the
think
one
it's
thing, yeah,
just you
the
just
one
need
thing
to
I
take
could leave
action,
everybody
control what you
with,
can.
yeah, the one thing I could leave everybody with this today is like, take some actions today. Take some actions that isn't gonna keep you in the same place. Whether it's, for example, Sammy had, I think, two sales calls yesterday. That's it. Just two sales calls to feel like, or what it seemed like he was doing. I can't really speak, but I know he was on one. But just a couple of sales calls to feel like you're advancing your family. Today we're gonna take care of some OMG stuff. Okay. After I'm done with this, I'm going with my laptop to go sit and chill with the family. Like I'll be there. So I'll be present still, by the way. So I'm still gonna be present, right? Um, but it's just little things like that. Whether you feel you have to balance maybe the traditional normals of your family and friendships and social life where he's like, man, like this is just kind of what it is. Like I would love to be around them. Just do a little bit. It's kind of like what I always tell everybody. Don't take the full Saturday off. If you know that your Saturday is your day off and you want it to be your day off, people don't wake up on normal people, average people don't wake up early on Saturdays. So why don't you wake your happy ass up, work till about 11, from 9 to 11, 2 hours, knock it out and you'll feel great. That honestly right there, Corey, that is the reason why 2022 is the best year I've ever had. That exact reason. I worked every Saturday morning for a little bit, whether it was taking sales calls or doing just a little bit of work. It was every Saturday I worked religiously every Saturday for just a few hours, whether it's two, three, four, up until a certain time where I was like, okay, now I can start socializing. That is my tip to you guys. Take a little bit of small actions, okay? Even on days like today, even on days like yesterday, where you feel it is advancing you and your situation, your family, and everything. And I think that that's what will help you succeed through the holidays over the next month, because this is a time where people do let off the gas, unfortunately. Don't be the person. Work the next 4 Saturdays for at least a few hours plus a little extra.
There we go.
So, Pod-A-Holics episode 30. Much love, everybody. Appreciate you guys listening in. As always, everyone who's been chiming in on Facebook, you guys are fucking amazing. Ballers. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you were filled with family enjoyment and all the plates and gained at least 30 pounds. Okay. At least. If you didn't gain 30 pounds, find the time machine, do it again
If you need
until you
help to
gain
get it
30 pounds.
off, hit me up because I got you.
And if you need help. Cool, Pod-A-Holics. Peace.